Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Unsurprising story, which is they found some listening devices in General Zaluzny's office, one of his offices. And now they are talking about who did it, who could have been behind this. Well, I have some theories that I know they're not popular with the Ukrainians because they would probably point the first finger at the enemy, which is que bono, who benefits, right? Who would benefit? Russia, correct, Russia. But they don't do the same thing in the case of, if you remember, Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines where they were blown up by Russia. Yeah, they're not gonna look at que bono, who benefits, which is Al Capone's. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 articles here. I'm just gonna read you the titles because I looked over them, I skimmed through the articles, and they say the same thing, and it's useless to keep you here, I don't know, 15 minutes just reading their garbage. I will give you what they said and then what I think probably most likely happened. So let's start with the first article, Ukrainska Pravda. This is from yesterday, Sunday, 17th of December 2023. Bugs, what kind of bugs? Cockroaches? Found in Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief's office. All right, here is Zaluzny. Bugging devices have been found in the office of Valery Zaluzny, Commander-in-Chief. Sources told Ukrainska Pravda that the bugs were found on Sunday, 17th of December, during a routine inspection. Similar devices have also been planted in the offices of Zaluzny's colleagues. Got it? So it says that the room was being the Commander-in-Chief's new office and was being inspected prior to him moving into it. So has been his new office. Now, the security services, please remember this, later stated that the technical device that was not in working order had been found in one of Zaluzny's potential locations and that criminal proceedings had been opened by the what? Guess who's going to investigate? So, Security Services of Ukraine. Okay, let's move to the second one. Ukrainska Pravda. Bugs found in Ukraine Commander-in-Chief's office. Okay, the same thing as the other one. Third one, this comes from these guys, who are these guys? Newsweek 90 blah blah blah, 90 tralala wiretap found in Ukraine's military chief's premises raises questions. I give you the answers right now. So they tell us that he planned to move into, could be another sign of the reported rift between him and President Volodymyr Zelensky, a former British diplomat has told Newsweek. What's going on here? A wiretap found in the offices of Ukraine's military commander-in-chief planned to move into could be another sign of the reported rift between him and his president. So these guys are not idiots. This guy, at least, the former British diplomat, he knows who's who, what's what. All right, so this is the first time when I read that someone is thinking outside of the required box that we are all supposed to and required to think within. Next one. New Voice of Ukraine, General Zaluzny breaks silence after bug was found in his office. This is from the 18th of December, today, Monday. A surveillance the surveillance device was installed in the office designated for the work of the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the employees of the apparatus providing services for his activities. So fully bugged. This is before he was moving in. They found it. In a comment to RBC, Ukraine, Zaluzny said that the office was not his regular place of work, and he works in several locations. I'll tell you this, I'm quoting, "This is the room I was supposed to use today. I haven't been there in the office for a long time." All right, well, let's move to the next one. Associated Press. From today, the 18th, Ukraine's military chief says one of his offices was bugged and other devices were detected. We got that? All right. Suspicions immediately fell on, so you know Associated Press with whom, right? Suspicion immediately fell on Russia. For me, personally, directly, clearly, it didn't fall on Russia. It fell on Ukraine. The first suspicion were on Ukraine, Russia, United States, Great Britain, and everybody else. I will explain. So let's go and read further to the last one, which is SBU initiates criminal probe after uncovering eavesdropping device in General Zaluzny's office. So there's the guys. This reminds me of Kennedy, JFK assassination. Who opened the investigation? Maybe the same guys. That's why when they came with the results of the commission and they found the same guy. We'll get a fucker here right here in front. This is the guy who did it. and they told us it was what's his name, Oswald. Yes, because that's the way people do. And sometimes, but he was the one. Yeah, he shot 3 fire shots. And then Rubinstein. I'm guaranteeing you most likely know about Ruby with Y at the end, not Rubinstein or whatever his name is. Rubinstein, I think it was, the guy who came and shot, what's his name, Oswald, because he loved President Kennedy so much, who was supposed to inspect Rubinstein's nuclear program in Israel. These guys make me laugh, but hey, if you don't know shit, you don't know shit. So, what's going on here? Zaluzny. Clearly, in time of peace and time of war, you try to find out what your enemies or your partners are doing. All do that. It's not only the Russians or the Americans or Mossad or MI6, or they all try to do it if they have an interest in their particular area, zone, country, individual. In this case, obviously, you want to know what the enemy is doing. Zaluzny was wiretapped not only by the Russians, which I think they already know what's going on, through the communication, not what's going on in the office. That could be one thing too. I think this kind of wiretapping, which is a chicken wiretapping the office, is one way. I think Zaluzny's and information that comes out of Zaluzny's office, that's where they're wiretapping. That's the main line, the most important one. I would claim. Why? Because from there the order comes out. It doesn't really matter what those guys are doing in the office. They reach a conclusion. Yeah, you want to hear about the conclusion, but then the order that's given from that building going out, which could be, wiretapping. I'm saying going out towards whatever department is going to go. That's what matters. What these guys, what kind of sex they engage in that little office is unimportant. I'll be going, what comes out, the conclusion. And you wiretap other ones and when it goes out. But, so okay, the Russians obviously had an interest. I can say that Zelensky and his buddies have an interest. Why? They all do it because it's a little, you have to keep people under control. You can't just let Zaluzny, who potentially overthrow everybody over there and take over overnight. He's the only one who can do that. He's the only one who can really take over. Maybe Syrskyi as well, beneath him. He's the commander of the ground forces. So he can also potentially tomorrow conduct a real insurrection and take over, arrest Zaluzny and other guys over there in 2 hours, not hours, 15 minutes has to be on the same time. Bam, 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 and you go and get Zelensky and his buddies who are going to put their weapons down and get him out, if that's and that's it. That could be done in half an hour. If you plan it in 15 minutes, that's it. So that's another one. You want to know what the other guys are doing. Everybody, I think, over there listens to everybody else is doing. I'm almost certain that probably Zaluzny's office is listening to Syrskyi's office and listens to Budanov's office. Budanov listens to Syrskyi. Budanov listens to everybody else. Zelensky is getting whatever he gets from Budanov and the security services. And now you have the security services investigating. Like FBI investigated JFK assassination. Okay. It was them. He was the one. And I think another one that is very, very invested in this is the United States of America, the Al Capone, the guy in charge. He can't let these weasels, not weasels, they don't call them. I mean, Zaluzny is not a weasel. Zelensky is a original weasel. That's for sure. So the United States invested too much to allow these guys just, okay, guys, we're going to do it that way. Oh, yeah, we're going to do it that way. No. You want to make sure the weasels are doing what they're supposed to. And everybody else, you have to keep it under control. They don't want an insurrection. They don't want it happening after billions, hundreds of billions of dollars were invested in order to destroy Russia. That's the whole point. No, they will not. So I guess the Americans could be, the SBU could be, Zelensky could be outside like other players in there. Obviously it could be MI6 and others. You will not let your investment, when you invest in, let's say in a stock market, you keep an eye on your investment. Just let it go. Don't let it just, fuck it, put it over here. They're going to work on their own. No. We don't do that. If you do that, then you will probably be up for a little surprise. So I think it's Zelensky, SBU with his guys over there. I could be the military, the outside as well. Now, what will we find? What will the SBU find? I suspect that Russia will be found, the first one. They already know. I think they already know. Why they already know? You look at the devices. That's the first thing, right? And then you look at where they did it. And you have patterns. Remember, certain intelligence services, call them that way, intelligence services, they have a certain kind of, you study. It's like a football team and with a manager, a coach. He's using a certain tactic regarding certain kind of situations. He's going to use the same tactic. He has like a plan. He just uses the plan. Oh, we're going to play Manchester City. This guy plays like this. Take this. We're going to play like this. We're another team that plays like Manchester City, let's say, with Guardiola's. He's going to use the same tactic because the same thing. So planting certain and locations, the materials, they will find out. They will find out. If they don't know already, they have a clue. And it's going to be the same thing as it is with Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines. If it's the United States of America or someone from that side, they will never mention it. Or they could just say Russia. I'm 99% certain they will say Russia. They will not say, oh, it was Zelensky. Psst, nah, with his little clown mask showing up in the middle of the night. No, he's not going to say that. Definitely this is done to pinpoint towards Russia. If else, who else? They're going to say United States of America? Now. They're going to say Zelensky? Now. And besides, if it was found, they're investigating and they will point out it was those guys over there. Do you think that Zaluzny doesn't know? You do this. It's normal practice. You do this. Do you think that the President of the United States of America is not wiretapped? Do you think the White House, do you think it's only the Secret Services that are listening to that? There are dozens of countries, at least 10 countries, 15 countries that also in real time listen to what's going in the White House. When these guys resuscitate Biden and stick shit in his nose and in his ass and inject and put patches on him to be up for 15 minutes and then go back into his crypt. They all know it, but they don't say it. And the same thing happens with many others. It's just normal practice. It's not sometimes successful, sometimes it's not. It's a continuous war. Do you think when Bill Clinton, I was about to say Zelensky. Yeah, she was a Zelensky Stein. What's her name? Monica. What was her name? Monica. I'm now Zelensky is my head. Jesus. Zelensky's. What the fuck was his name? Man, Monica. I don't remember. Monica was a Zelensky Stein. She was a 21-year-old, whatever she was, intern. Yeah, she got some intern, but intern and outturn as well. Here it is. I got the proof. Son of a bitch. Do you think that guys did not know? They all know. But everybody was like, Jesus Christ. Well, that happened in our office. What do you think? Oh, yeah? Okay. Perverts. I mean, maybe not perverts, but respect yourself. And Bill Clinton did not respect himself whatsoever. I mean, I'm not saying he should, I'm not giving him any advice, but respect the office. If you don't respect I'm not saying that you should not or you should do whatever you did, but in the Oval Office, I mean, that's a pervert. You can, anyway. Imagine what kind of kick she got out of it. Like, okay, let's go back here. Let's forget Levinsky. Yeah, Levy from Levi. Levinsky. Yeah. Okay, Monica. Anyway, I never liked her. She was too. But I didn't have to like her. Let's go back to these guys who got sidetracked like by. So yeah, he knows. They know. It's hard to keep it down. Remember, I mentioned that in a video a minute ago. Another video. The Enigma decoder, the coding machine, the encoding, decoding. Germany, the Second World War. They found it. The West, the Poles down a. If I remember, they were the ones down a German airplane having this machine Enigma, and then they, since 1941, 1942, they decoded whatever they wanted, or at least they tried. It's not that easy, but anyway, here it is. I think it was could be everyone, everybody. Could be United States of America, could be the Westerners, could be Orban, could be Zelensky, could be someone in Ukraine that is not Zelensky. They have their own agenda, or it could be the Russians, obviously. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.